Back, you're still tuned in to News and Views with myself, Salailo Makwidiri. The time is 9:45, and as always, this hour of News and Views is proudly brought to you by Africa Muslims Agency, a beacon of hope to communities in Africa and beyond for 30 years now. And it's time to turn up the energy because we are diving straight into another edition of Hashtag Fired Up. This is the segment that keeps you motivated, inspired, and ready to take on the world. Now, we're already midway through Ramadan. Some are saying we are going down the proverbial mountain. And while the blessings are flowing, we all know that there could be a bit of a Ramadan slump that can creep in. It's that time when the fasts are getting a bit longer than they usually feel, and the energy starts to dip. But don't worry, we've got the perfect remedy for you. Joining us to push through that slump is none other than Ashraf Gangrekar from Africa Muslims Agency. And we had a bit of a weird aha moment. We're talking about the last 10 days going down the mountain. And it turns out you're going to be talking about the Ramadan slump. Crazy coincidence, but we're here. Let's get up.
Absolutely. Assalamu alaikum, Salelo, and to the viewers and listenership of Salam. It is when you said to me, your opening words was, "Oh no, Ashraf, we're going downhill." And I said to you, yeah, down the mountain, it is in fact precisely a concept, and that's what I want to speak about.
Yeah.
So you used for me very beautifully, Salelo, the words Ramadan slump. And I firstly want to say to you, it's okay. You know, there are many people, oh no, you shouldn't say this and that. You know, I was in fact, in the Gauteng province last week, and I met a number of people. You know, it's a normal thing. How's the Ramadan going? And I was actually quite not surprised, but I was quite, happy to hear people being honest and saying, "No, man, it's hard. No, it's I'm really struggling with this." And I'm thinking, great, it's supposed to be hard. If it was just easy, I mean, what's the big deal in a sense? And so I know, man, Salena, we started this with great excitement and enthusiasm, and now we are in the habit of suhoor, fajr salah, work, home, iftar, tarawih, supper, whatever the case. It's just a cycle, right? And I mean, a lot of people, myself included, I mean, I'm not immune of anything that I normally speak about. It's the sleep deprivation. Now, okay, there are many people, alhamdulillah, who thrive on this, and this is how we need to spend our time. But for the rank and file, and okay, let me rather say for myself, this is an issue. But I'm saying to you, Salelo, if we look at it slightly differently, right, then I'm saying to you the Ramadan slump, and it's I think we're in the 19th day today, so we're in the slump. And maybe for me, the slump starts maybe from around the 12th day. And when I speak to people, this is the case. You will see, okay, in Cape Town, the masajid starting to get a little bit emptier, and all of that. But the slump, I want to suggest today could be a good thing. You see, because if we think of it like this, I want to equate. I'm not minimizing Ramadan, so please nobody be silly and think, well, I'm just saying it's like gym. I want to use the analogy of gym. Is that we psyched up to go. You know that you're signing up and you need to go with this because whether your body needs it, your mind needs it, or both of you need it, and then off you go. And then you start and you maybe up early and you get there and you're enjoying it. It always amazes me that, people want to park as close as possible to the entrance of the gym, but then because they don't want to walk, but then they'll spend half an hour on the treadmill actually walking. So park a little bit further, look after your car and, go off to the gym. But after a while, it wears off. And you might not, many people are unable to sustain this. And so gym ends. So my question this morning, why don't we stop fasting when quite honestly the Ramadan slump sets in? When it's a little bit tiring, when we do get hungry, when it does become much. And we don't stop fasting. Why? Because we know the cause is higher. That we know that this is our attempt to gain closeness to Allah and to heighten our consciousness of Him. Now, this is my last point, Salelo. Once we understand that, this notion of when the going gets tough, the tougher get going, the marathon runners will say to you, no, I hit the wall, but I didn't want to stop. I just pushed through. This is what we need to do now. Why? Because the best of days is coming. when the best of nights, the last 10 nights, I think they start tomorrow night. This is where we know that we've been through, in inverted commas, the toughest part. We can push through a slump to then maximize our efforts in the best day. So the runner who has been running, you guys, whatever marathon, 42 kilometers, there's last 5Ks left. You now want to up your pace, as it were. So for all of us, this is where we're at. Whatever's happened in the 20 days that have come and gone, or the 19 days today, you'll never do anything to change that or get that time
Yeah.
back. But the best of the nights are about to come. That contains one special night. Prophet, the Quran tells us that's better than 1,000 nights. So don't languish. Don't get stuck in the slump. You've survived the slump, and now we push through to, inshallah, reach Laylatul Qadr. And so this is my message. Push through the slump and be the best that you can be in these last 10 nights.
There you go. I don't think there's anything more to add. You've hit it right on the spot. And yeah, tomorrow, the last 10 nights, I think that's where, it's important to focus on the now. And I like the point that you're making, that, the last 20 days, they're gone. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't change anything about it. But what you can do is what's in front of you now, the last 10 days. So yeah, I think really, really amazing message there, Ashraf. Thank you so
Thank you,
much. We'll be
brother.
with you again tomorrow morning for #Fired Up. And yeah, I hope you don't hit the proverbial wall.
Yeah,
And
we all
yeah,
do.
there you go. Ashraf, Gangrekar, Africa Muslims Agency. And yeah, it's a marathon. Think of it like that. Think of it as a marathon, is something way deeper. And yeah, I think what you have to look forward to is now more important. So yeah, as we approach the last 10 days of Ramadan, going down the proverbial mountain, is very, very important to try and keep that focus going. I know it gets really, really hard, and a lot of people get a bit cranky. I'm sure if you have colleagues in the office, the last 10 days, even if they should be, some of the most auspicious, they sometimes turn out to be the most difficult. People are, within themselves. People don't want to talk, don't want to engage, and there's such a special time, and you should definitely start treating it like such, because you're gonna blink, and guess what? Ramadan is gone. It's over. You have to wait a whole other year. Imagine it's just February now, and it looks like it just keeps getting closer and closer. So the next year it's gonna be January, and then you blink again. You have to wait a whole other year before it's Ramadan again. So yeah, before this auspicious month leaves us, savor it as much as you can, enjoy it as much as you can, because the year is gonna be long, and you'll be longing for this auspicious month of Ramadan. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, News and Views continues after this.